Rajeshwari MJ. She pursued her BE in Electrical and Electronics at the People's Education Society College of Engineering, Mandya. She pursued her MTech in VLSI Design and Embedded Systems at the Sri Jagadguru Balagangadharanta Institute of Technology, Bangalore. Her personal skills lie in good verbal and written communication skills. Her areas of interest lie in OOPS with C++, renewable energy sources, HVDC transmission, digital relays, automotive electronics, advances in VLSI design. She has also had papers presented at the national level, such as the Innovative Architecture for SoC Multi-Core Hybrid Processor, presented at the RNSIT, Bangalore.
Welcome to UGC lecture series of BSc Physics Honours. Today we are dealing with the subject electromagnetic theory. In this session we are going to concentrate on reflection of plane wave in the various media, and also we are going to cover skin effect. Very firstly we are going to discuss about the skin effect and also the reflection and refraction of electromagnetic waves, and at last we are going to discuss about plane wave reflection from media interface at normal incidence in lossy conducting media, because plane wave reflection from media interface having different classification, but in this session we are going to concentrate only on lossy conducting media. So, very first topic that is we are going to discuss is skin effect. So, for that we need to brush up the previous session. So, in the previous session that we have discussed about the plane waves in various media. These are the different various media that is we discussed, that is one is lossless media. So, in all this different medium we need to know about the alpha, beta and epsilon and the sigma values, because these sigma, epsilon and alpha are the for parameters that we are going to have a different in different media. These are the different parameters that we are going to affect the characteristics of plane waves in different mediums. So, all these factors will be changed. These are the things that we are derived from the previous session, that is for lossless media, that is beta is equal to omega square root of mu epsilon. Similarly, for lossless lossy conducting media, that is effective permittivity is that is equal to epsilon of 1 minus j sigma divided by omega epsilon. Like this, there is a difference in every medium. So, these are the different things that we already discussed in previous session. So, let us have a glance of all this, and we need to keep it in mind all this alpha and beta variations and the formula. So, we have this plane waves variations in different media. So, this has to be carried forward for the reflection and refraction study of the for a normal incidence and also as a oblique incidence. So, after this we need to know about the skin effect. The skin effect is a term that is it deals with a variation of electric field, that is electric field or electric current density on the surface of conductor. So, on the surface of conductor, due to some factors, the electric current will going to, the density of current will going to change. So, that is that phenomena is called as skin effect. So, for technically that we are going to use here, the exact technical word is about for a skin effect is the fields do attenuate as they travel in a good dielectric medium. So, when the in a field travels in a good dielectric medium, it attenuates. So, in that medium. So, that is we already know all this dielectric and the good conductor will be depends on alpha factor, that is alpha in a good dielectric is very small in comparison to that of a good conductor. And also as the amplitude of the wave varies with e to the power of minus alpha z, the wave of amplitude reduces its value by 1 divided by e or 37% times over a distance of. So, this is what we can study with the help of skin effect. So, when it going to attenuate, the amplitude will going to vary, there will be a variations, that what the skin effect says, there is a variations in the electric field or current density on the surface of a conductor. So, this will be the delta, that is how we can find the variations, that is delta is equal to 1 divided by alpha, that is equal to 1 divided by beta. We know that what is a beta, previously we discussed in the previous session, that is equal to square root of 2 divided by omega mu sigma. So, omega value again we substitute here as 2 pi f. So, this becomes 1 divided by square root of pi f mu sigma. So, where here alpha is the attenuation constant and beta is the phase constant. So, these terms are most affects the skin effect, and the skin effect is also called as a skin depth. So, with skin effect or skin depth both are same. So, now with the help of the formula that what we previously discussed about skin effect, that is previously that we got delta, that will be having a different meaning. So, what are the different parameters it will going to tells about the skin effect is, that means in a good conductor higher the frequency, lower is the skin depth. As the frequency increases, skin depth decreases, that is what the previous formula says, and also higher is the conductivity, lower is the skin depth, and also higher is the permeability, lower is the skin depth. So, these are the three factors we can come up when we are observe the formula that previously discussed. And also now we are moving towards our equations of electromagnetic wave, how it is going to vary. So, let us assume that in every cases that we assume the same thing. So, here also we are assuming the same thing, that is electromagnetic wave we considered having only x component and it is moving in a z direction, positive z direction, z axis. So, then the expression is for electromagnetic wave which is having x component and it is travelling along z axis is given by E x z comma t, that is equal to E naught e to the power of, that is exponential to the power of minus alpha z exponential to the power of minus j into beta z minus omega t. So, now taking only real part of this electromagnetic wave equation, now it becomes like this, that is equal to E naught exponential power of minus alpha z cos of omega t minus beta z is only the real part that we have taken. Now, substituting the alpha and beta for a good conductors here, that we have now alpha and beta value, now we are substituted for this above expression. Now, that becomes e to the power of minus root of pi f mu sigma z is what we pi f mu sigma is what the alpha value, and also the beta value that we substituted here, that is again the pi beta value also we substituted here. So, now the equation becomes this. So, now using the point form of Ohm's law for conductors, we can write the above equations like this, that is with the help of point formula of Ohm's law, which having that is current density is what says a difference we find in the skin effect. So, it will going to be this current density with having a x component, that is equal to sigma E x z of and z comma t is what we have taken, and that is equal to sigma into E naught e to the power of minus, again the same expression continues here, that is root of pi f mu sigma z, and the cos term is written here. So, this is what we got from the Ohm's law for a conductor. So, now if you have a question like this, what is the phase, velocity and wavelength inside a good conductor? So, inside a good conductor, what will be the phase, velocity and the wavelength, which is given by like this, that is phase velocity is equal to Vp, that is equal to omega divided by pi, which is equal to omega delta. So, omega delta is what we, because 1 by beta we can write as delta. So, this can be written as the omega delta, and also the wavelength inside a good conductor can also be written that is equal to 2 pi divided by beta, that is equal to 2 pi delta. So, which we can relate with the skin effect or skin depth when we are going to mention this phase velocity and the wavelength formula in terms of a skin effect and skin depth. So, next we move on to another topics, that is now we are narrow downing our discussion about the reflection and refraction of electromagnetic wave, which will start with the very first thing about the reflection coefficient and the transmission coefficient. These are the two factors that we are going to find with the help of plane waves, how it is going to move in different areas. These two coefficients we have to find in each cases. So, the ratio of this two, that is a reflected wave and incident wave, is known as a reflection coefficient. So, this reflection coefficient depends on three factors, that is ratio depends on conductivity, that is sigma, and permittivity epsilon, and permeability mu. And also all these factors will be having depends on this three terms, that is this will be depends on the material that forms the reflective surface, and as well as a material property, that is it may be air or some dielectric material, and also from which the radio waves is incident. Radio waves or electromagnetic waves is incident. These are the factors that will going to affect on reflection coefficient. So, next some part of the wave will be transmitted to the materials is what we need to observe for a reflection property here. So, how much of the incident wave has been transmitted through the material. So, that is also depend on the material parameters, that is we mentioned above, that is epsilon, mu and sigma, is these are the factors that we need to consider for a reflection coefficient. And now for another ratio, that is a transmission coefficient, which is a ratio of incident, that is a transmitted wave and the incident wave. Transmitted wave and incident wave ratio gives a transmission coefficient. So, now how we are going to study the plane wave reflection from media interface. Very first thing, that is for basic discussion, that is we need is electric and magnetic field expression. So, in all the regions of interest, that is wherever the regions that we needed, that we can have this basic electric and magnetic field expressions. After that, applying the boundary condition to get the values of the two different coefficients, that is transmission and reflection coefficient. So, these are the basic things that we are going to do further for each cases. So, very first thing that we are considered here, the plane wave reflection from media interface at normal incidence. At normal incidence is a case that where we are taken, that is which we are going to study with the different mediums. So, the very first that is we are taken is lossy conducting medium. After that, lossless also we are going to study, and good conductor and also perfect conductor. So, all these we are going to study in detail. So, very first medium that we consider is lossy conducting medium. So, here we are consider the normal incidence of reflection, and when the incident wave propagation vector is along the normal to the interface between two media. So, if we consider two media, the incident the incident wave propagation will be normal to the interface. The incident wave will be normal to the interface, that is called as a normal incidence. That is why we are considered only the normal incidence in this, and we are starting with the very first case, that is lossy conducting medium. So, first we need to assume the same thing, that is we are taking with the plane waves with electric field vector oriented along the x axis and propagating along the positive z axis without loss of generality. So, it is not at all losing anything here, the energy is not losing here, that is what we are considered, and also it is moving along, the orientation will be along x axis and it is propagation will be in a z direction, that is positive x axis. So, for now we consider is less than 0, we consider we will refer this as a region 1, and it is assumed to be a lossy medium. So, for lossy medium we are taken, that is z is less than 0. So, now we need to write down the next basic thing that we know, that is electric and magnetic expression, field expression, that we need to know. So, let us generalize by analyzing this region 1, that is region 1 we need to know, that is expression for electric and magnetic field of a lossy medium. So, it could be a lossless medium like free space also, the from region 1. So, the incident electric and magnetic field will be given like this. The electric field expression, that is equal to where x cap it will gives a vector which is having the matrix representation will give in terms of this. So, this is represent x cap, and this is what we already know, where gamma is the propagation constant, we already discussed in the previous sessions, and here the magnetic field is also there, where it is the lies on the magnetic field lies on y axis, and that is why y is represented with the cap which is having the matrix component here, and where the eta represent here the impedance, wave impedance, which represent the wave impedance here. This is also we discussed, and complex propagation constant is represented by gamma. So, next we move on to the medium that is having a wave impedance and propagation constant that we need to know. So, where eta 1 is a medium 1 having a wave impedance, and E naught is the arbitrary amplitude of the incident electric field here. So, the expression for intrinsic wave impedance and propagation constant that we have need to take the relations between two which is having the expression, that is eta 1 is for a region 1, that is the intrinsic wave impedance is given by j omega mu 1 gamma 1, that is given by where we are substituting in the denominator the gamma 1 value which is given by this, and again the by multiplicating these two, this has to be simplified like this, and here we know that gamma is equal to an alpha 1 plus j beta 1, where that is given by this expression, and finally we got the intrinsic wave impedance as this, which is in relations with the epsilon, sigma and mu, which is having the all three relationship here in this expression. So, next we move on to the plane wave plane electromagnetic wave is in a two region, it is in a region 1 how it is looking, and in region 2 how it will be. So, these are the regions that we are considered. This is a region 1 and this is a region 2, where we are considered region 1 we have z is less than 0, and region 2 which is z is greater than 0. So, this is a electric field, this is a magnetic field, and gamma is a intrinsic wave impedance. Gamma 1 will be the for the region 1 and gamma 2 will be for the region 2, and here also the T will be the transmission electromagnetic wave and I is the incident wave, and this dot the dot that what we observed inside the circle which indicates it is perpendicular. The incident wave is incident where propagation will be perpendicular to the interface, and this cross in the circle which indicates the incident wave is which is perpendicular, and it is coming into, it is moving into the paper. So, it is moving into the paper, it is coming out of the paper, both of it is perpendicular or normal to the interface. So, these are the parameters that we know already, that is epsilon 1 mu 1 and sigma 1 for the region 1, and epsilon 2 mu 2 and sigma 2 for the region 2. So, next we note down that the incident wave from region 1 will be partially reflected, because some of the waves that will be partially reflected, that characteristics also we need to study, and also some of will be the transmitted. So, that is a transmission coefficient and also reflected coefficient we need to have here, those and transmitted at the media interface between two regions. So, these are the two things that we need to note on, some of will be the reflected and some will be the transmitted through the interface. So, for reflected wave z is less than 0, wave direction is in the z, that is in the minus z axis, and the reflected electric field is expressed as like this, that is reflected electric wave will be this, where we are going to write with the extra thing, that is reflection coefficient will be there, that is represented by a big gamma letter, that is a capital gamma letter here, which represent the reflection coefficient. From here onwards it is represent the reflection coefficient. So, ER which is a vector, that is equal to x cap gamma reflection coefficient, E naught E exponential to the power of plus gamma 1 z. So, here the gamma, capital gamma represent the reflection coefficient. So, now we already know the reflection coefficient is defined by the ratio of the amplitude of the reflected electric field to the incident electric field. So, again now this will be given by the amplitude, in the sense we are taking a mod of both the reflected electric field and the incident electric field ratio. So, then now we are going to find this magnitude. So, the reflected magnetic field can be obtained from the reflected electric field. Magnetic field is obtained from the reflected electric field. So, this can be used with the help of Maxwell's curl equation. We can find the reflected magnetic field. So, now the reflected magnetic field can be found with the help of curl equation. We need to remember here, and we are writing that curl equation, the Maxwell's curl equation, from which we can find the magnetic field, reflected magnetic field. This is a curl equation, as we know. Now, by rearranging this, we need to get the magnetic field, that is here. So, rearranging this, which gives here, so minus sign, it is minus x axis, which is moving in the minus x axis, that is the magnetic field. So, this again we rearrange it, this becomes like this, and after that if we take the j above, the minus sign cancels here. So, after substituting, we have already have this E value, we know that previously we discussed. This can be represented in the matrix form like this, where we are taken only the x component of electric field, and it is moving in a z, positive z direction. So, this is how we can express the E in a matrix form. So, again we know that the magnetic fields will be having or will lies in a y axis. So, we have taken this in a y cap, which will going to represent the vector magnetic field and in a matrix form. So, this will be equal to dou by dou s, that is partial differentiation with respect to z, with the term of gamma epsilon E 0 E naught e to the power of, that is exponential to the power of plus gamma 1 z. So, this is what we already found with the help of previous expression, that is here we found that reflected electric field. From this values we substituted here in the ER place. So, this can be again be rearranged here with the help of by simplifying this, and we are going to partially differentiate with the respect to z, which will become this like this, and the negative sign again becomes when the j is comes to the denominator. So, this expression is rewritten like this. Again, for this we are going to make this gamma is taken out, and which is going to be 1 divided by j omega mu 1 is what the eta 1 value that we previously know, that the eta 1 is what we represent here. So, finally, we got the magnetic field is reflected magnetic field will be obtained with the help of Maxwell's curl equation, with the help of electric field. With the reflected electric field, we can able to find the reflected magnetic field, that is equal to, that is magnetic field is equal to reflected magnetic field is equal to minus y, that is cap, which represent the matrix form vector matrix form gamma, capital gamma divided by eta 1 E naught exponential to the power of plus gamma 1 z. So, now the same thing we need to follow that what we have discussed in our previous session. So, Poynting vector is we want to find the Poynting vector for the reflected wave of region 1. So, that is we know the formula E cross H, that is E cross H of a reflected wave. We already find the E and H value. So, that we are substituted here. So, this shows the power is travelling in the minus z axis for the reflected wave. For the reflected wave, the power is transferring in minus z axis. So, this is what the z component here. This will going to represent the, and minus sign indicates as in the minus z minus axis of z axis it is travelling. And also for transmitted wave, z is greater than 0, wave is propagating in lossy medium. Now, we consider the region 2. So, in region 2 it is moving in the lossy medium, and also z is greater than 0. So, for that electric and magnetic field will be, that is a transmitted electric and magnetic field be given by this, and where here the small tau is the transmission coefficient that we want to find. Transmission coefficient is what we given by here, and N2 is what the wave impedance for the region 2, that is lossy medium. Again we need to find the eta 2. Eta 2 is equal to j omega mu 2 divided by gamma 2. So, this is again we carry the same way that what we previously discussed for simplification, and we kept it the same value. And now the transmission coefficient is defined by same, the ratio of amplitude of the transmitted electric field is divided by ratio of incident electric field. So, that is given by tau, that is equal to the magnitude of transmitted wave, electric wave and electric field and incident electric field. So, this our intention here is to find the transmission and reflection coefficient we need to find with the help of electric and magnetic fields. So, let us rewrite these fields that whatever we find the fields equations of the two regions. And now we are going to apply the boundary conditions for this electric and magnetic field to find the coefficients, that is transmission and reflected coefficient. So, this is the table that what we found for the two regions. Region 1, the lossy medium is what we consider for region 1, and region 2 is also the lossy medium, that is what we are studying. Both the region is lossy medium, and in region 1 which is having a reflected wave and the incident wave will be there. So, for both incident and reflected wave the electric field equation will be this, and for the same thing for a incident wave and also the reflected wave the electric field and magnetic field will be like this. This is what the expression in a region 1, and similarly we also find for the transmitted field, that is transmitted will be present in region 2 of lossy medium 2, which is having the expression, and here we need to observe two things, that is here in the this gamma represent the reflected coefficient and the tau represent the transmitted coefficient. So, these are the coefficients we observed in the electric field and magnetic field equations of in region 1 and region 2. So, now keeping in the mind that we already find this, and now we are going to apply the boundary conditions for this. So, boundary conditions also we know that in for the region 1 it is z is less than 0, for region 2 z is greater than 0. So, this is basically boundary value problem with the boundary condition at z is equal to 0 is what we consider for a simplicity. So, when we are going to apply z is equal to 0, the total electric and magnetic field that is both incident and reflected are tangential to the interface at z is equal to 0. Both will be tangential when we consider the boundary condition z is equal to 0, that is incident, and the reflected will be tangential when z is equal to 0. Similarly, the transmitted electric and magnetic field are also tangential to the interface at z is equal to 0. So, transmitted magnetic and electric field also becomes tangential when we consider z is equal to 0. We also we are taken that there are no surface current density at the when we are considering the boundary surface at the interface, and also the tangential components of electric and magnetic field must be continuous at the interface, that is z is equal to 0. So, while considering like this, the total incident plus reflected wave that is equal to E t is the total wave in the region 1 when we consider z is equal to 0. This value we applied here, that what we previously we discussed. So, this will going to become a tau E naught, which is we already know the reflected which will going to give the transmitted coefficient, that is 1 plus gamma is where gamma is a reflected coefficient, that is equal to tau, which is a transmitted coefficient, which is a transmitted coefficient. This is a relationship that what we found in region 1. For similarly, for the magnetic electric field also this is a relation that is 1 minus gamma divided by eta 1, that is equal to tau divided by eta 2. And therefore, we finally are going to substitute this 2 here, and after that we are going to able to find the relationship like gamma is equal to n2 minus n1 divided n2 plus n1 is what we find for the reflected coefficient, and also tau is equal to 1 plus tau, where tau value we have found out, substitute this value here. So, this become here though. So, now both will be that is reflected and transmitted coefficient is found out, and it is related to the intrinsic wave impedance. So, let us have a quick summary of this sessions. In this session, we firstly start with the skin effect, which is a change in electric current density on the surface of current conductor. So, this is also called as skin depth, and this depends on the sigma and also permeability and permeability, and also it depends on the frequency. So, all these factors affect the skin effect. In this session, we purely concentrate on plane waves or reflection from a media interface. That is, media interface will be a normal incidence here we consider, and also the case study of a media that we consider here, lossy conducting medium. We consider the lossy conducting media where we find the basic electric field and magnetic field of region 1 and region 2. After that, a final intention is we want to find the reflected and transmitted coefficients. This will be related with the intrinsic wave impedance that is given by, that is the reflected coefficient gamma is given by eta 2 minus eta 1 divided by eta 2 plus eta 1, and the transmitted coefficient is equal to 2 eta 1 divided by eta 1 plus eta 2. Some of the questions of this session are: what is transmission coefficient and reflection coefficient? Explain the plane wave reflection from media interface at normal incidence in lossy conducting media. The references are www.lifescience.com and Mission Science. And the textbook references are Fundamentals of Electromagnetics by M.A.W. Maya, and another textbook is Classical Electrodynamics by J.D. Jackson. This ends the session. Thank you.